sucks.
Hello again, I am here to play more of the Stanley Parable with you today. Now, since the last 3 episodes, I've spent more time with it and truly learned, at least for me, what this game is all about. And it's just a fantastic, a gripping experience. I can't recommend it enough. If you haven't yet, go buy it and play it as much as you can. Explore every option. Just go to town with it because it's a great game. Again, I cannot recommend it enough. Now, what I'm going to be doing with the remainder of these Stanley Parable episodes is just finding all the endings that I can, running you through them with me so we can just experience this game as a whole the best that we can. Now, this one is an ending I have already found. Some of them I haven't. Some of these we will be discovering at the same time here together, but this quick little one, it gets me.
But Stanley simply couldn't handle the pressure. What if he had to make a decision? What if a crucial outcome fell under his responsibility? He had never been trained for that. No. This couldn't go any way except badly. The thing to do now, Stanley thought to himself, is to wait. Nothing will hurt me. Nothing will break me. In here I can be happy forever. I will be happy. Stanley waited. Hours passed, then days. Had years gone by? He no longer had the ability to tell. But the one thing he knew for sure, beyond any doubt, was that if he waited long enough, the answers would come. Eventually, someday, they would arrive. Soon, very soon now, this will end. He will be spoken to. He will be told what to do. Now it's just a little bit closer. Now it's even closer. Here it comes.
And there it is. That's it. That is the entire... I don't know what these endings are called. I'm going to refer to this one in this video now as the close the door because you're too chicken shit to face the world ending. The video title, obviously, is not that. I'll name these what they actually are. Now, I'm going to slam one more quick little ending.
All of his co-workers were gone.
Into this video.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers. At first, Stanley assumed he'd broken the map, until he heard this narration and realized it was part of the game's design all along. He then praised the game for its insightful and witty commentary into the nature of video game structure and its examination of structural narrative tropes. So, now that you're here, what do you think? Isn't this a fun and unique place to be? Why don't we take a minute just to drink it all in? Okay, I'm over it now. What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet?
I'm going to say yes this time.
Well, I don't know how to say this politely, but you could literally just hit escape and restart the game any old time you want, like right now. You could have done it just then. Now would also be an appropriate time to quit. Any of these points and so many, many more, all of them are appropriate. I'm enjoying what seems to be an internal conflict going on where you are literally unable to act on your own desires to restart the game. So, just to push the envelope, I'm going to try and make this as miserable as possible and see how long you can maintain. There once was a man named Stanley, who people considered so manly. But the truth must be told, he was not very old and was quite particularly gangly.
You know what?
What Stanley liked most was buttons.
Yes.
He pushed them like some kind of glutton.
Ooh.
He did it all day in a meaningful way, but his brain had long ceased to function. Which is why he is in this parable and lives an existence quite terrible. And if you are not strong and keep playing along, you too will become quite unbearable. Yes. You too will become quite unbearable.
this song just going to keep playing, like, forever? Oh, it's definitely looping. Okay, I'm gonna start this over and then we're gonna go back and pick no. Alright, we're back. I'm gonna hop through the window.
Yeah, there we go.
And oh, wait. Oh, there we awesome. Great. Perfect.
At first,
Wonderful.
Stanley assumed he'd broken the map until he heard this narration and realized it was part of the game's design all along.
Yes, it was.
He then praised the game for its insightful and witty commentary into the nature of video game structure and its examination of structural narrative tropes. So, now that you're here, what do you think? Isn't this a fun and unique place to be? Why don't we take a minute just to drink it all in? Okay, I'm over it now. What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet? Ah, then in that case we'll continue. But now, here comes the real question. What do you think would have happened if you had told me that you wanted this to stop? Do you think it would have been particularly different? Would I have taken the same idea but rephrased it superficially to fit that answer? Perhaps you never would even have thought of it if I hadn't brought up the issue in the first place. Oh, now think about it. Will it be worth it for you to restart and then come back here just to do the other option? Clearly, this whole gag takes some time. What if the other option is even longer? How long will you spend in total just to have heard all the narration? Oh, and this is rich. Perhaps you've just played the other option, and now you've come to see what happens in this one. So, what do you think? Which choice was the better one? Imagine if you had selected continue on your first playthrough, how tantalizing it would be not knowing what happens when you pick the other option. Indeed, you are one of the lucky ones. Though if the other option is really miserable to listen to, then perhaps you're not. In fact, I'm just going to say that no one who's listening to this is lucky. Well now, I've built up the other option so much that I'm going to stop talking and leave you to your decision whether to come back here, continue with the game, or just sit in this spot forever and ever. Cheers.
This game is wonderful. It just went out of its way to kind of, I don't want to say it berated me, but it, brought to light the fact that I did totally just come back in and, just select the other option. Just to hear them all. Next time, we'll go find another ending. I'll be seeing ya.